What a sad world we live in when the police have to resort to using Apache gunships to blow up a bunch of rollerblading graffiti artist punks. In Jet Set Radio, the HD re-release of the 2000 Sega Dreamcast classic. Vandalizing public property, payback's a bitch.
This is your very own guerrilla broadcaster, Jet Set Radio! Use this city as your canvas and paint us some vibes from the street.
Word, this is how all suburban kids view the street. Strap on your rollerblades, grab some spray paint, and get tagging.
Ribbit, ribbit.
It's like Tony Hawk Pro Skater meets something else. Being the Sega Dreamcast fanboy that I am, I remember when this game was new. In the US, it was called Jet Grind Radio, and thought it was fascinating but could never really get into the controls. More than a decade later, I think the exact same thing. Good music, great visuals, imaginative game design, but controls that take some time to get used to. But yo, check out my tagging skills, I'm legit.
Jet Set Radio!
And making the CGR gang sign with my fingers, which looks a lot like I'm drinking a cup of coffee. Which I am.
Jet Set Radio!
He seems to enjoy yelling that. But let's give Sega a round of applause for another excellent Dreamcast re-release on the newer game consoles. Jet Set Radio is a downloadable game for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. With beautiful widescreen HD visuals, and this time apparently they kept most of the music, although not being that familiar with the original, I can't talk about it in too much detail, except it does sound good. This should open up a cool game to a much wider audience. If you dig skating games or skateboarding games where you master environments and create skating lines to nail for the biggest tricks and most points, then you might really dig this one. But don't forget to pick up cans of spray paint along the way.
Hi there.
Oh hi, she can speak without moving her mouth. Dude, she's telepathic.
Cool. Oh yeah.
This is the textbook definition of a cool game that was groundbreaking at the time. And to the designer's credit, I think it's aged quite well. The control scheme won't appeal to everyone, but it's a clever game that has a lot to offer. There's a lot of different ways to score points online leaderboards, and it's a harder game than it looks. The sad fact is, I'm not very good at it, but I like to see the innovative Dreamcast library get re-released.
This is headquarters to all units. A SWAT team is on its way. Tear gas will be deployed. All officers on site, leave now.
These cops really hate graffiti, you know? The kids should just come up with a different hobby. Maybe knitting. They could knit the police sweaters. Nobody ever thinks about the maintenance workers who have to go out and clean all that crap off. You should be able to play as them, the pissed-off maintenance team who gets to spray paint these kids' parents' homes and Range Rovers. Wait till Daddy finds out you tear-gassed me! He's a lawyer! Obviously, there's a heavy emphasis on music in the game, plenty of tracks to discover, and even a graffiti editor. There's also bonus content, like a documentary about Jet Set Radio, so show the man who's boss by defacing their property while defiling it on rollerblades at the same time. I mean, what's the worst that happens to you? You get thrown out of private school in Connecticut and sent to private school in Vermont. There's better skiing in Vermont. It's Jet Set Radio.